finally do some performance modding to the motorized Drift Trike Bandit. I just got a shipment from GoPowerSports and I am super excited to get into it and finally upgrade our engine. So what I've got here is the Stage 1 performance kit that is commonly used on Predator 212cc engines. I believe they also work for the 301s and the 420s. It basically includes a high flow air filter, a high flow header, a new jet, a choke bracket, which actually my order doesn't have. I'll get to that in a bit. And on top of that, you can also request to add a header sleeve to prevent yourself from getting burnt by the header, a muffler to quiet your motor from being so loud in your neighborhood. You can also add vent caps, which I think are essential from oil and fuel leaking everywhere. And you can also add valve springs, which I did not do because I'm not really doing much to this trike. I just want to make it flow better, make it sound better. And with this kit, supposedly we will be gaining about maybe, well, actually, let me rephrase it this way. The engine should hopefully be outputting now about 8 to 9 horsepower. This is all I'm probably going to do to the engine, but I am super excited to get started. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let anybody deteriorate from the fact that we kind of just slapped this drum brake together. Off camera, I went ahead and just readjusted it to my likings. It seems to stop a little bit better now because basically in terms of mechanical engineering, you wanted like prototype just to see a concept like this would work, and if so, how can you finalize it? One thing we didn't do, and I probably should have mentioned this, is we didn't have a keyway on our drum brake, but I was relying on this quarter 28 bolt to hold it in place, and it did the job just fine for part-time. There's a key in here now, and I have shaft collars on both sides of the engine. Wish they were split so it would make installing it easy, but I also discovered that my toe block bearing over here wasn't tightened down, so hopefully we fix that, and it should be all back to good. I've been doing auto run tests and everything. It should be good. One more thing too, if you heard me go, whoa, in the previous video, I think what the noise was the chain guard striking the chain here. Because I mean, I bolted it down, this was a little bit lower, and it's been hitting the chain, and it made the same noise as it did in the video. So everything should be fine there too. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is starting with the easiest part, which is the muffler. What I got here is a pretty much what I want to call a straight pipe, or just a header with its safety sleeve already pre-installed and cut to length. If you get the Deluxe Predator Performance Kit and you ask to add the safety sleeve, there may be a chance where the sleeve might be sticking out and you just need to trim it to spec. The reason I have this, I left this part out because I need to make room for the muffler. The muffler that I got is an RLV silencer. It cost me about 60 bucks to add on. And it comes with a clamp that can just secure on there, and supposedly there is a U-welded RLV muffler for your custom headers. So to remove the muffler, all you need is a 13mm socket or a 13mm wrench, and actually I'm probably going to have to go get a wrench. Give me just a second. As I was saying, you're going to need a 13mm wrench to remove the bolts. If I can get a good grip. This chain guard's kind of in the way, but I think it'll be okay. Ugh, it really torqued those on, jeez. Okay, so that one's loose. This guy, not quite, but I can, yeah, there we go. Sweet. I'll put links in the description of what parts I have, but if you choose to get the exhaust gasket, they should send you hardware with that gasket. I chose, oh, there she goes, and oh, there goes the gasket with it. Ugh. Might probably need to clean that up, actually. So yeah, there's the muffler removed. Pretty restrictive, but it's gonna get pretty loud here in just a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up. Be careful, nothing goes down that exhaust port. But yeah. Yeah, since I tore off the old gasket, and thankfully I ordered this new lovely gasket, we're going to be installing that. Seems to come with some lock washers and some hex nuts as well. It'll fit a 13mm wrench. There goes my towel. You can assume this could be a tutorial, but it's also a learning experience for me. I've been watching tutorials ahead of time, so always follow the proper instructions before installing your Stage 1 Predator 212 kit. So yeah, there you are. So yeah, it comes with this really nice gasket. I'm going to put the nice flush face first, remember, just take note, it only goes on one, actually, yeah, it only goes on one way. So I got the header on. It took me just a little bit to figure out with the gasket. It only goes on one way, so you hopefully can't get it wrong. It might be a little bit, hopefully it doesn't become hard. I've got these down tight and snug. You don't want to tighten, I'm pretty sure you don't want to tighten this over tight because you might strip or cross threads, but you do want to tighten up so this header doesn't vibrate itself off. These are as tight as they can be, so we'll get to the muffler in a bit because, you know, we probably want to hear this thing straight pipe just for a little bit, but not yet. So let's work on the air filter next. So to take off the 10 millimeter to take off the default air box, all you need is a 10 millimeter socket, and it should come loose. And thankfully, with this air box gone, I can get to the throttle easily. I do want to make a disclaimer. I've seen most videos with Hemi engines. This is a non-Hemi Predator, just so you guys know. So if anybody is questioning how to do it with this, it should work the same way as a Hemi engine. It's just like your valve cover might be different from mine, and the hose pipes might be different. So let's go ahead and take off the airbox. One thing I'm going to do really quick though is turn the fuel off and set the choke probably to about the middle, and then the fuel off because we're going to need to drop the carburetor bowl here in just a minute. And there she goes. And we are actually going to need to take off this. Boom. There we go, airbox off. I'm going to put this aside because I'm going to need some of that pipe to put back into here. We don't want oil or gasoline leaking anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of the jet while I'm already over here. And I think, is it a 10 mil? Okay, so this is also a 10 millimeter bolt. Just keep in mind that there's going to be some fuel in your bowl already just ahead of time. Just watch out for that. Okay, I'm going to probably get the catch can real quick. Okay. Get that into position, at least to where I think it is. Oop. Oh, there it is. Release the floodgates. Oop. Oop. And come on. Oh, okay, there it is. There. Oh, yay. Probably a good idea I was wearing gloves for this. There's a lot of fuel in my hands. Ugh. While you're at it too, you might want to check your carburetor bowl just to make sure there's no gunk in there. And it looks like mine is clean, so I don't think I've been having any fuel problems. If you saw in the last episode, it might have been like cutting off or not starting with the choke on because one, it was already cold started once, but two, I think that's just also because of the fact that I set the idle adjustment screw to back to pretty low, so it's like it doesn't even need choke. Oop. And that should be the end of that. And the reason I turned the fuel off is because supposedly if you kept that on, that's how you drain your fuel if you wanted to, and that would, well, spill fuel everywhere, obviously. All right, so now we need to get the jet for the carb. Set that on the towel there, just out of the way. Okay, so your jet is under this part right here. You want to take a Phillips screwdriver here, make sure you can get it under there. Kind of get a feel for it until you make contact, and then you want to loosen it out. Just be very careful with it. Okay, nope. Oh, I see it. Oh, there it goes. And there's the other piece too. I forgot what this is called, but I'm probably gonna put subtitles in the description. Oh, okay. So let me take a comparison here. In the bag is the new jet, and here on my left hand is the old jet. Some notable differences. I think the holes are opened up just a little bit more. You just need to control your air to fuel ratio with this. So I just had to quickly just double check which way the emulsion tube, that's what it's called, which way it goes in, and we should be okay. So I'm gonna take our new jet here. It's the part I don't like. And the one-step side goes in first, I hope. So just kind of taking it, stick her back in there, and just know that the carburetor jet goes in one way, and find it with our screwdriver. Tighten it back up. Careful not to over tighten it and strip the threads. Okay. So yeah, you just want to tighten it hand tight. You don't want to over snug it and strip threads, and otherwise that might just cost you a new carburetor. And that honestly would suck. So now I just gotta take my fuel bowl in, stick her back in there, and pop this back in. Okay, that's hand tight. Okay. So now it's time for the pre-filter, the air filter adapter. The only thing I have wrong right now is mine did not come with a chokehold bracket. They must have forgot to put in my GoPowerSports order, but it should normally come with a chokehold bracket. So there's two things I could do. One, I can quickly make a temporary choke holding bracket that can that replicates what it is, because it's a really easy piece. I mean, I could use computer case that I still have and just hold this in, because if you don't have this can fall right off and you won't be able to control your choke. And that's bad. You need to be able to control this choke. So let me go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll continue with the build. Okay, so I got this rather conceptual choke bracket here made up on my computer case here. I just had to work with some of the dimensions. I'm pretty sure I might order or just have or call GoPowerSports, so this will work as a temporary measure. So just know that the air filter can only go on one way. Well, the hole spacings are the same, but the holes need to line up one way only. There we go. That should line up. There's two notches in here that line up with some two holes in the carburetor stud. And then this choke bracket seems to work pretty good. All right. Well, it'll work. Actually, since I cut two tabs in here, it should be able to help hold this in place. And ooh, okay. Yeah, but I'll make it work. Let's just say that. As they all say, thank you, GoPowerSports. There we go. And you don't want to tighten one down and then go to tighten the other, because you want an even seating for both of them, as I've heard. It's so close. So let's see if we can just tighten it. Just a little more. Okay, that one's tight. That's tight. Okay, choke bracket's not going anywhere. It looks like I could still use the choke. Computer cases, am I right? There we go. Hey, perfect. Now we just confirm that this is tight, and then we can put on the air filter. All right, so it's tight. Yeah, this choke bracket's not gonna go anywhere now. Yeah, this choke bracket is not going anywhere now. Okay. Okay, now it is time for this lovely GoPowerSports pod filter with the dust cover, so big particles won't ruin the air filter. Gotta put my hose clamp on and then slide it into the grooves. Holy moly. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. It's pretty easy to install this kit. I gotta give him kudos for that. Remember, specific hose clamps, you can use like a specific socket with them to make it easy to tighten, but I'll just use a screwdriver. Flathead, of course. Last thing I need to do is just apply these vent filters that I requested as well. These are essential so you don't have anything leaking out. And I think just by visual inspection and testing, this one is for the intake, like for the gas tank right here. And then this is for the valve cover. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'm just gonna, hate to do this, but boop, do that. Not drop it on the floor again. Okay, that's the other way around, it looks like. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Yeah, this one just pops right on. Bada bing, bada boom. Take my zip tie here so this guy doesn't go anywhere. Nice and snug, nice and tight. All right, and then the intake one. This one actually also could fit in here. So what I don't understand though is what this could be used for. Can this go in here? Oh yeah, this can go in here. And then does this, oh, you know what? It goes into here. Oh, ain't that just nifty? But I'm just gonna choose to use the original. So I'll just pull this off, ow. And then we'll slide this end into here. Put this end onto here. And then put this end into the hose. Because I brought my zip tied box out, we'll get another one and zip tie it at the end here. We're done. This is it, people. Moment of truth. I've double checked to make sure everything was on nice and tight. So the choke is on. We'll set the fuel to on. Like that. No leaks. This is gonna get loud. Okay, but just know I'm gonna put the muffler on it, but you know, I just want to hear it loud because you know how people are when they want to hear when they take off the old factory muffler off of a old car or something. Neighbors, please forgive me. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's not as long as I thought it was gonna be. But holy crap. It's very mesmerizing, but so I don't want to upset any neighbors when I keep working on this. We're gonna put the muffler on it. And then we'll crank it up again. They're calling me out, but no, anyway. So we got this ROV muffler that I painted with some high heat paint just to make it look aesthetically good and match with the paint. And we're going to put it on the end of this engine here. Okay, take two with the muffler. It's a 10mm bolt in case anybody was wondering. So let's see, key on. And it's quieter. Time I've said I was going to back out the idle adjustment screw. That's it. Governor's staying in there. Call me a wuss if you want, but I don't want this engine to blow up. So you know the drill. Key on. I think I'm done out here. So, yeah, I'm speechless. It sounds great. It looks great. I would do like an alley run test right now, but I just don't know if it's a good time right now.
Nope.
And well, this is going to be in the 4th of July parade this year. In the past I have taken this pedal car. It's Bandit's turn now. So I think that should be it for the build series for now. I'm not saying this as I'm giving up, but like, I'm impressed. I don't know what else to add because I'm oh boy. I'm taking it in right now because it's how far this build has gotten. No matter what I've done to it, no matter the paint, the kill switch, the drum brake, the new GoPowerSports kit, any other further modifications, it's just, I'm impressed. So anyway, before this video ends, I do need to thank GoPowerSports for this kit, and I'll leave down links in the description of what I got and the extra requisites that I also asked for in this kit. And well, we'll maybe do a comparison soon. I don't know when, but yeah. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.